What if the very thing you thought made you a good person was actually holding you back? What if your kindness had become a cage? Hello, I'm Ayla, and today we're diving deep into the world of people-pleasing, a behavior that's both a blessing and a curse, a strength that can become our greatest weakness. Imagine a world where every yes you say builds a brick wall around you. At first, it feels like protection, like connection. But as the wall grows higher, you realize you're trapped. This is the reality for chronic people pleasers. But why do we do it? Why do some of us find it so hard to say no, even when it costs us our own well-being? To understand this, we need to journey through multiple lenses: neuroscience, philosophy, psychology, and even evolutionary biology. Because people-pleasing isn't just a habit, it's a complex interplay of our brains, our upbringing, and our deepest fears. Let's start with neuroscience. Dr. Evian Gordon, a neuroscientist, proposed that the core organizing principle of the brain is to minimize danger and maximize reward. For people pleasers, saying no registers as a threat in the brain. It activates the amygdala, our fear center, triggering a stress response. But here's where hope begins to shine through. Through neuroplasticity, our brains can actually rewire themselves. Each time we successfully say no without negative consequences, we're laying down new neural pathways. We're literally reshaping our brains to be more comfortable with boundaries. This means that change is not only possible, but it's a biological reality. Your brain is capable of transformation, of learning new patterns of behavior that serve you better. Now, let's zoom out to a philosophical perspective. The existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre spoke about the concept of bad faith, living inauthentically to avoid the anxiety of true freedom and responsibility. People-pleasing can be seen as a form of bad faith. By constantly deferring to others' wishes, we avoid the existential angst of making our own choices and facing their consequences. But in this philosophical framework lies a profound truth. We have the power to choose. We have the freedom to shape our lives, to make decisions that align with our true selves. Yes, this freedom can be daunting, but it's also incredibly empowering. It means that at any moment we can choose to change our patterns, to live more authentically. This brings us to a fundamental question. Who are we really serving when we people please? It may feel like altruism, but often it's a form of self-protection. Psychoanalyst Karen Horney identified the need for affection and approval as one of the neurotic needs that drive human behavior. For people pleasers, this need becomes paramount, overshadowing all others. But why? Often it traces back to childhood. If our caregivers were inconsistent, demanding, or emotionally unavailable, we may have learned that love and safety were conditional on our good behavior. This creates a deep-seated belief that our worth is tied to others' approval. This realization can be painful, but it's also liberating. It means that your people-pleasing isn't a flaw in your character. It's a learned survival strategy. And what is learned can be unlearned. You can begin to separate your intrinsic worth from others' approval, to recognize that you are valuable simply because you exist, not because of what you do for others. Evolutionary biology offers another perspective that can bring solace. For our ancestors, being rejected from the tribe could mean death. We evolved to be hypersensitive to social cues and to prioritize group harmony. People-pleasing, in this light, isn't a flaw. It's an adaptive strategy that helped our species survive. Understanding this can help alleviate the shame and self-criticism that often accompany people-pleasing behaviors. Your tendency to prioritize others isn't a weakness. It's a testament to your deep human capacity for connection and cooperation. The challenge now is to balance this capacity with self-care and personal boundaries. So how do we break free? How do we learn to say no, whether it's to small daily requests or to larger life decisions that don't align with our true selves? 1. Start small. Practice saying no to low-stakes situations. Remember, you're rewiring your brain with each successful boundary. Celebrate these small victories. They're the building blocks of lasting change. Please pay attention to how those first no's feel in your body. Your brain is going to send you a signal of distress in the form of uncomfortable, constrictive sensations in your body. It helps to narrate what is happening. I am saying no, and my body feels these sensations. 2. Delay your response. Instead of an automatic yes, try, let me think about that and get back to you. This gives you time to check in with your true feelings. It's a gentle way to begin asserting your needs without feeling overwhelmed. Observe, in the first stages, how your mind tries to rationalize the habitual response, even though your gut feeling tells you a clear no. Your mind, in order to protect your body from feeling those uncomfortable sensations, is going to try and sell you a script where yes is okay too. Realize that these sensations your mind is trying to make you avoid are only fleeting and will dissipate rather quickly. Wait them out calmly. 3. Reframe your thinking. Instead of seeing no as a rejection of the other person, see it as an affirmation of your own needs and values. You're not just saying no to them, you're saying yes to yourself. This will bring in a new set of physical sensations, more expansive ones, easier to sustain. Name them. I feel these sensations when I see I am doing something for myself. 4. Practice self-compassion. Recognize that your people-pleasing comes from a place of wanting connection. Be kind to yourself as you learn new patterns. Treat yourself with the same kindness you so readily offer others. You might notice another set of constriction coming up. This is simply lack of habit. It's your brain communicating. You're taking a different route. Possible danger ahead. Change demands more energy expenditure from the brain's perspective, so it will warn you exactly like a GPS does when you're trying to take a different than usual route. And since I've used that analogy, I'll continue under the same lines. Do what you do when the GPS says, different route, yes, thank you, but this is the route for today. That's it. Today I'm traveling on Boulevard Self-Compassion. 5. Seek support. Consider therapy to address underlying beliefs and childhood patterns. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. As you embark on this journey, remember that change is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, moments when you fall back into old patterns. But these aren't failures, they're opportunities for learning and growth. Each time you notice yourself people-pleasing, you're building awareness. And awareness is the first step towards change. Moreover, as you learn to say no, you may find that your relationships actually improve. Authentic connections are built on honesty and mutual respect, not on self-sacrifice. By setting boundaries, you're creating space for more genuine, balanced relationships. Remember, saying no isn't just about declining requests. Sometimes it's about saying no to relationships that no longer serve us, to career paths that don't align with our values, or to versions of ourselves that we've outgrown. It's about recognizing that our worth isn't determined by how much we do for others, but by how true we are to ourselves. As we conclude, I want you to imagine something. Imagine a version of yourself who says yes only when it truly aligns with your values and desires. Imagine the energy you'd have, the clarity you'd feel, the authenticity you'd embody. That version of you isn't just a dream, it's a possibility. It's a journey of unlearning and relearning, of rewiring neural pathways and challenging deep-seated beliefs. It's not easy, but it's profoundly worth it. Because when you learn to say a relevant no to others, you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your dreams, your boundaries, your authentic life. You're honoring the unique gift that is you, a gift that the world desperately needs. So take a deep breath, feel the strength within you. Know that you have the power to change, to grow, to become more fully yourself. Your no is the key to unlocking your true yes. It's time to break free from the invisible chains of people-pleasing. Your authentic life is waiting. And you, with all your complexity, your kindness, and your strength, are more than ready to claim it. Thank you for watching. Please share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.